What if I told you that no one will ever truly beat RuneScape? The Maxscape, insanely hard, but achievable. Every collection log, a massive grind, but is it even possible? And how about when you combine it all? Maxing out, obtaining every single rare item, conquering the toughest challenges such as the Zuck Helm, it becomes an impossible dream. And today, we're going to break down why RuneScape is the ultimate unfinishable game and why chasing perfection might just drive you mad. Okay, so to truly understand why nobody will ever beat RuneScape, we need to break it down. First, we're going to look at what it takes to achieve the Maxscape. The fastest recorded Maxscape speedrun is held by Jang at a time of 771 hours played in-game in order to max every single skill to level 99, or 32.125 days. So 32 days. But first of all, when you think of 32 days, this isn't 32 days playing 8 hours a day. This is 32 days playing 24 hours a day, which is unfeasible. So if we look at it from a reasonable perspective, if you want to max in old school RuneScape, it's going to take you around 100 days. And first of all, this is talking about the fastest Maxscape ever. This is going off the fact that you're playing 8 hours a day every single day with max efficiency. I've been playing this game on and off over the course of 10 plus years, and I am not even close to maxing. To give you an adequate perspective of what maxing in old school RuneScape is for a casual player. On top of the fact that, to be fair, there are a lot better ways to get your skills up than there used to be back in the day. And this is just one thing that you need to do to consider yourself a fully finished RuneScape player that's beaten every single challenge. And this, yet alone, could take you many years. Alright, so let's say you threw a few billion GP on your account so you could obtain the fastest Maxscape ever. Okay, you just spent 8 hours a day every single day for 100 days, and now you have a Maxscape 100 days later. But now it's time to obtain the Zuck Helm. It was very hard to find the world record for the Zuck Helm speedrun. The furthest back I could go is a cold one who achieved it in 180 days. To be fair, also with best in slot gear, such as the best in slot T-bow, you got the T-bow, you got the Tumikin, you got the Scythe of Vitor. So you have to drop another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bill on items to obtain the Grandmaster challenges, because a lot of them, don't get me wrong, you could do with less sufficient gear. However, it's going to take you a significantly more increase in time to do so, making it optimal to therefore just have best in slot and go from there. So let's say you have best in slot, you do the Zuck Helm every single challenge, every single easy, medium, hard, elite, master, and Grandmaster challenge in 180 days. But let's say 200 days, okay? And first of all, you were able to do this because you're a PVM god, and every single extremely difficult challenge comes easy to you, which is also a requirement to beat every single challenge in Old School RuneScape. You also got to be a PVM god. Therefore, we are now 300 days into beating Old School RuneScape. You think most games takes 300 days to beat every single challenge in a game? Nope. But we're speaking hypothetically anyway. So let's say, okay, it's been 300 days. You went absolutely psycho. You're a psychopath. You got the Maxscape. You got the Zuck Helm. You're about a year into playing Old School RuneScape like an absolute lunatic. And you're on your way to beating the game. So what's next? Oh yeah, you got the Questcape. And to be fair, the fastest recorded Questcape ever achieved is by solo mission, which took him 3 days and 14 hours. However, this is back in 2023, and there's quite a lot more quests that have been added to the game that continue to get added into the game. So let's say, okay, it takes you about 5 days because you did it, yet again, like a psychopath, and you're a speedrun maniac. Alright, so you got the Questcape, and now you're 305 days into the challenge of beating Old School RuneScape. Moving right along, nobody that I could find has ever actually done an achievement diary speedrun, but to beat Old School RuneScape, this is yet another requirement. You need to get the achievement diaries, which takes a significant amount of time, as you need to do the choppy kills, you need to kill Calfight Queen, you need to do a lot of random stuff for the elite tier of every single diary, as well as the fact that good thing you got your Maxscape, because some of the requirements of the skills are absolutely insane. But honestly, let's be a little bit generous. Let's just say, okay, now you have your achievement diary cape, and we're going to put it at a solid year. It's been 365 days of you playing RuneScape, yet again like a psychopath, and now you have the achievement diary cape, you have the quest cape, you also have a max cape, and you have the Zuck helm. Okay? And now we talk about the reason that nobody to this day has ever truly beaten Old School RuneScape. Yes, that is the collection log. First things first, you got the bosses tab, which means, okay, you have to kill every single boss in Old School RuneScape so many times that you have to obtain every single pet, every single rare drop, every single jar, every single random drop from every single boss in Old School RuneScape, which is possible. People have achieved all pets. So don't get me wrong, you could do this. And now we're going off of time, because to obtain every single pet is so dependent on RNG that it could take you anywhere from 100 days to 2,000 days. But yet again though, this is possible. But moving right along into the next tab in the collection log is raids. Not only do you have to obtain every single rare drop from raids themselves, in your name, you need to obtain these elusive rare capes, such as doing the chambers 1,000 times, doing the Theater of Blood 1,000 times, obtaining these unbelievably rare ornament kits from challenge mode Theater of Blood. And then you got the Tombs of Damascus. You have to do extremely difficult content to also get the capes, to get the ornament kits, to get the pets, to get everything. Just takes so long and is so unbelievably unattainable. However, there are quite a few people who have greenlogged every single raid. Although last I checked, I think the number was literally like 36 people total ever. We're gonna skip over the clue tab just for a second in the collection log and go over to the minigame section. It doesn't look that hard, and to be fair, it's not that difficult to get every single minigame item in the collection tab greenlogged. However, it still is going to take you a very long time. I mean, to be fair, it's quite difficult to put it into an exact time frame. But I would say on average, it would take the average person maybe 100 days, 120 days to completely finish the minigame tab of the collection log, mainly because there's just so many RNG items that take a very long time, such as, let's say, the volcanic mine. You got to get the dragon pickaxe broken, which is very specific and very RNG related. Then you got trouble brewing, which is hundreds of hours of AFK time, unless you want to do other strategies which will significantly increase how fast you obtain it. It would be a little bit tedious though if I went through every single minigame, but to be fair, it's been done by quite a lot of people. It is possible to greenlog, but it does take a long time. And this should be noted in the back of your mind if you're trying to beat Old School RuneScape. However, the other tab in the collection log is not quite as easy. First of all pets is in the other tab, so to greenlog that, you also have to get every single pet in Old School RuneScape, which is quite a difficult challenge in itself. You got the Champions Cape, which is obtaining, what is it? I think it's 10. Yeah, it's 10 different scrolls that are 1 in 5,000 drop rate. You got 4,000 choppy bird kills to do. You got a bunch of agility courses to do. You got forestry. Sorry, I know I'm laughing. It's just, there's so much that is just so insanely difficult to greenlog about getting every single collection log item. It's hard to put in words. But however, the hardest item to obtain actually in the other tab of the collection log is going to be the stale baguette, because you can only get it from the sandwich lady, who randomly will give you a baguette once in a while, there's like, I think there's 8 options, so you have to hit one of the 8 options, and then there's a 1 in 56 chance that you can get the stale baguette from the sandwich lady herself, which is also extremely, extremely rare, because not only does these random events happen so rarely, you have to get the sandwich lady, then you have to get the sandwich lady to give you a baguette, then you have to give the sandwich lady that gives you a baguette to also give you the stale baguette, which is why it's so rare and so few people have actually obtained the stale baguette. Not to mention, revenants are also in the others tab, and some of the items there can take hundreds of hours. Not to mention the extremely hard to get items in the miscellaneous tabs, such as the Eternal Glory, the Expert Mining Gloves, the Evil Chicken outfit, any piece of Dragonstone from the Crystal Chest. You got so many very RNG dependent items, such as the Dragon Fullhelm, which you can only obtain by killing Mithril Dragons and then getting a 1 in 56 drop rate from that, and then using that on the Pyro. I think it's called a Pyro or something, and then you use that, and then it's like a 1 in 7,000 or some crazy drop rate to actually get it. So that can take up to like 7,000 hours on average. You got the Dragon Warhammer. I could go on, but this isn't. None of this is the reason that RuneScape is unbeatable. To this point, every single thing that I mentioned is actually obtainable and has been obtained by a few people, and when I say a few, I really mean like less than 10 people on Earth have probably gotten everything that I've said. Honestly, maybe 0 people on Earth, considering the fact that I don't know, I haven't actually checked some of the people that have the collection log completionist. I do not know if they've also gotten the Zuck Helm, if they've also gotten the Max Cape, if they've gotten every single quest cape and achievement diary cape. Is actually very likely that they've gotten that, but it's also very unlikely that they've also gotten the Zuck Helm, because that is a significantly different skill set in order to be able to obtain the Zuck Helm. But the real reason that RuneScape is unbeatable, and sorry, I feel like I'm out of breath, I've been talking a while, I feel like I'm so excited about how fucked up this is. And the reason for that is the clue scrolls. You could do the beginners, easies, medium, hards, and elites, and masters. You can get it green logged. It might take you, I don't know, 20,000 hours to get the green log, but it's possible. But the reason it's not possible is obtaining every single piece of Gilded and Third Age. Nobody's ever done it. To this day, nobody has ever gotten every single piece of Gilded and Third Age, because Rare doesn't describe it. Rare just doesn't describe it. I feel as though the best way to put it into perspective is looking at someone like SparkMac, who has grinded Master Caskets and has 3,449 ever completed. Number 1 on the high scores is 9,222. Remember that number, 9,222 is number 1 in the world of how many Master Caskets that have been obtained. You know the drop rate of a specific piece of Third Age in the Master log? 1 in 313,168. Therefore, in order to obtain every single piece, if you're on drop rate, will take you about 313,000 Master Caskets. And number 1 in the world has under 10,000. However, it is about a 1 in 5,000 drop rate from a Mimic. So if you could get very, very lucky on Mimics, which I believe are 1 in 5 from every Master that you can get, or you can get them from Elites too, you're looking at a higher possibility and likelihood of getting Masters completed. So therefore, to this day, nobody has ever truly beaten RuneScape. Are you going to be able to do it? Anyway though, I found this video to be entertaining for me. I thought it was cool to like actually be like, nobody has beaten RuneScape, and it's actually true, you know, nobody's beaten RuneScape. And if you kind of like this content, let me know in the comments what you thought and what your collection log is looking like. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourself. It's mine. It's fucking mine.
It's yours?
It's fucking mine, bro. Let me look at the. I want to look at the leaderboards, bro.
I'm sorry.
Those fucking leech ass motherfuckers. Who cares? You know what? God is good, and we get it to me. Come on, please, please,
please,
just please.
Bro, my odds were 3.5.
That's good. Mine's 4.3. Come
on, give us something good.
To me.
Okay.